Since the pandemic, I think that gaming has become one of the most important aspects of my life. When the world sucks so hard, it's nice to have one escape from everything, and for me, those escapes were gaming. I feel like gaming gives you an escape from everything that's happening in the real world. Eventually, you're gonna have to face reality, but just for a moment, I don't have to be Spencer. I can be Nathan Drake, going on wild adventures and killing thousands of innocent people. During the quarantine, I played through so many of what would become my favorite games of all time. Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, not the shitty remake, the good one, and most importantly, GTA 5. I played through the story mode in GTA 5 so many times that eventually I came to the conclusion that the game might be just a little bit overrated. When I made my video about this last year, I got a lot of comments. One of them was basically like, hey, if you want to see what a real bad GTA game is, you got to play GTA 4. And the person was like, yeah, I'd like to see you make a GTA 4 video where you probably say some shit like, well, GTA 4 is underrated even though it's a shitty game. I was like, okay, I'll go play that, I guess. So today, young viewers, I'm here to tell you after finishing the entire campaign of GTA 4 that Rockstar Games' GTA 4 is underrated. Yeah, sorry dude, I liked it. First off, I think we should talk about how amazing the setting of the game is. One commenter on my last video mentioned that GTA 5 is a great game because it feels like a time capsule. It captures what time was like in 2013. And after reading that, I kind of have to agree with them. But that same sentiment applies to GTA 4. This game feels like it's right out of 2008 with its pop culture and surprisingly its really good political satire. First of all, it's really cool to get a character like Nico Bellic. Nico is literally fresh off the boat. I mean, the game literally opens with Nico stepping off a boat into America. As much as it's not subtle in the slightest, I appreciate Rockstar just going for something like this. 2008 was a time where immigrants were coming into America in search of the American dream. That's exactly what Nico's in search of. The idea is that you will be able to come from any country, get into America, and make a life for yourself and become successful. That's what the American dream is. The idea that no matter what your background is, America is a place where you can find success, money, and comfortability. And when Nico gets to the country, we see that this dream is a total fucking lie. The American dream is just that, a dream. You can't go into this country expecting success because the people who actually do are the smallest minority. When Nico gets into the country, I'm saying country so many times, bro. Like, what the hell? Nico is serving country? Was that funny? I don't know. When Nico gets into the country, his world basically flips upside down. Call him the Fresh Prince of Liberty City. Boo! When Nico arrives to America, he basically has to become a criminal. He has to do what he did back in his old country just so him and his cousin can survive. This game is stuck in 2008. And yeah, I think I would usually have a problem with that, but in this case, it's kind of interesting because it makes it feel like this time capsule. I know I say that it's a great thing when I had the same problem with GTA 5, but after I read that comment, I realized that that's kind of the point. We're here to capture what a feeling and a moment in society, and Rockstar does a really good job at that in GTA 4 and GTA 5. It's the biggest spotlights in this game. And GTA 4 captures the late 2000s in such a great spotlight. For people who want to see what 2008 was back in the day, GTA 4 gives you a pretty good look. Immigration was completely different and it was basically impossible for immigrants to come into this country and become successful. GTA has always had pop culture references and satire, and in this one they talk about life in the real New York. Liberty City is in essence a parody of the New York lifestyle, and GTA 5 did the same thing for Los Angeles and California. But like I said, I think the setting and everything in this game and the Liberty City itself it acts as a time capsule. You use a phone with actual buttons on it. You have to go to the library to use the computer. What am I, a fucking caveman? Stuff like this helps secure the game in the 2008 era. Some people might not like that this game lampoons and satirizes an era that is long gone, but for me, this serves more as a way to go back in time and really see and observe how life was back in 2008, what the technology that we used back then looked like, and what the political satire looked like. GTA 4 is surprisingly way more grounded than any other GTA game. Where other stories in the series have gone with a less serious tone, almost aiming for, I don't want to say upbeat, because these games can be serious when they desire to be, but the shift from the previous ones to 4 shows that Rockstar wanted to go with something darker or something more bleak. When Nico arrives, the delusions that his cousin told him of America are completely false. Life in this country is bleak, especially for people who are immigrants. During this era, there's also a war on terror going on, and that doesn't help Nico or his cousin succeed in this new country. Nico, a former soldier, is forced into the criminal underground in a quest to search for a man responsible for getting his whole squad killed. This game isn't about an immigrant trying to make his way in America and finding out that this country isn't where dreams are made of. No. This game's about revenge. And everyone likes a revenge story. John Wick, Django Unchained, Gladiator, the one with Frankie Muniz. What's that one called? Frankie Muniz? Big Fat Liar. This genre is popular for a reason. And it really makes the story a little more gripping and a little more intriguing. And it does hit all the cliches of a revenge story. I will admit that. And it does reveal some of the problems I had with GTA 5. The story just kind of feels familiar. There are a lot of gangster stories like the ones told in GTA 5. And sure, GTA 5 does take a few swings in order to make it feel different. And for the most part, I think it succeeds, especially when it comes to building their characters. In GTA 4, not only do I think they nail the revenge story, but I also think that Niko Bellic is one of the most interesting characters that Rockstar has ever created. Obviously sitting behind my boy Arthur Morgan, dude.
I got some jelly beans. You like jelly beans?
I feel like Nico has a lot of darkness that the player's not aware of when you start the game. And throughout the game, you tend to get a better sense of who Nico actually is. Nico came to this country with the idea that he was going to stop killing people, that this country was going to give him the fresh start that he needed. And then he kills a lot of people. He thinks it's impossible for him to escape his past, but that's not entirely the truth. Nico had the choice to not hurt anybody. I mean, everybody has that choice. But his past has programmed him to react a certain way to certain situations. Add to the fact that he's an angry man who was betrayed on one of his missions and lost many of his comrades. Damn, I like saying that. That was comrade, bro. It's interesting to see Nico develop throughout the story and the lengths that he'll go to just catch one man. He could stop at any point, but he keeps digging himself into a deeper hole. In the end, he realizes what every main character of a revenge story realizes. The search for revenge ultimately leaves you unsatisfied. He's ultimately left feeling empty and wishes to be alone. He completed all the steps that are usually done in a story like this, yet Nico is left with a gut-wrenching feeling. He doesn't walk into the sunset. He's just kind of alone. Already, Nico proves that he is not like the protagonists in GTA that have come before him or after him. He fits perfectly in the darker tone that Rockstar Games was going for. Story-wise, this is a good change of pace for what the usual GTA game was before this. I mean, all GTA games have a lot of similarities, but I think when it comes to those similarities, GTA 4 still nails that, like it's satire, but it also brings a lot of new stuff to the table and gives us an interesting dark tale about an immigrant making his way through the criminal underground. Also, I like to add that the writing in this game can be really sharp. A lot of the dialogue is really well written, and characters like Nico always have a really funny retort anytime someone says anything to him.
No, for a damn yokel, you're a very funny guy.
Yes, and for an annoying dick, you're really an annoying dick.
Next up, we need to talk about the presentation, how the game looks, how it works. Look, this game came out over 18 years ago. The Big Bang Theory was finishing its first season, and Obama wasn't even in office yet. And considering how long it's been since this game released, I will say that this game looks really good for 2008. I think the color palette is actually pretty cool. The grays and browns make Liberty City feel like a real place that real people would live in. I think all of it visually is spectacular, especially for its time. Recreating something like New York seems like it would be hard, yet Rockstar somehow makes it look so easy. The map is large, but every part of it feels lived in and has a purpose, something that I can't say for the map in GTA 5. Bigger isn't always better, that's all I'll say. As for how this game plays, that might be when we get into a little bit of the stuff that I hate about it. Look, the shooting mechanic isn't bad. It's apparently good enough where Rockstar has just copy-pasted it into the rest of their games for the next 10 years. Where this game is failing is its driving. Why does it feel like every car in this game doesn't have power steering? It's like before putting on all the tires on this game, in any car and any bike, the devs were just like, oh, I'm gonna put some popcorn butter on that bitch, I guess. Oh, that'll be fine, they'll be okay. We'll send them off, and now look at me, I'm running head first into a fucking guardrail. The driving is not efficient. When the title of your game is Grand Theft Auto, you have to make the driving part work. And I really don't think the driving works in the slightest. You can say that it's a learning curve, but let's be real, the game will still find a way to fuck you up inside and out. Right now though, I'd like to learn your curves and fuck you inside out. Ooh. To the people who are creeped out by that, that was actually meant for my girlfriend. And if my girlfriend's creeped out by that, sorry. I remember reading that Rockstar was saying that the driving was way more realistic. And I guess that's true if you've never driven a car before in your life. I hate the driving, and no wonder Nico doesn't like your guys' country. You guys put butter on your tires. When you have scripted car chases where you have to steer in certain ways, it's kind of hard to do that when I can't fucking drive.
No, I don't know how to fucking drive. I don't know what any of this shit is, and I'm fucking scared.
I would say that the shooting and the moving around are kind of basic, but I mean, it's the same thing that Rockstar Games has been using for the past, like, I don't know, 10 years, 20 years almost. So I'll give it props for being something that really Rockstar has kept evolving, I think. Is it overrated? That's a good question. Answering the question of whether this game is underrated is kind of hard because the first question we have to ask is that, was this game ever overlooked? Well, if you go to Metacritic, you can see that GTA 4 is top 3 in the highest rated games of all time. People loved it when it came out. It sold over 25 million copies. So on paper, it doesn't seem like it was very overrated. But then when we see the other Rockstar games, the attention that Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5 get, you can see that Rockstar's GTA 4, a game that you can thank for many of the things we get in those two prior games, gets kind of left in the dark. Being overshadowed by the games that came after it, I do believe that GTA 4 is just a bit underrated. Not only does this have one of the best stories and one of the most interesting main characters in any video game, I also think that Rockstar Games created Liberty City in such a way that it feels real and it feels lived in. As much as I love GTA 5, I have to be honest, there are times where the map feels empty. It feels like there is space that has nothing to do in it. It's big and it's impressive, but when most of the fun stuff is located in one central spot, then what is even the point of going over here? GTA 4 is literal proof, fellas, that size doesn't matter. And GTA 5 takes its smaller map and gives the player an even larger orgasm. Okay, that might not be my best analogy, but you get what I'm saying. I think GTA 4 does go a little bit underappreciated. I think it deserves the praise that it got all those years ago back in 2008. I think looking at it now, it's even more special because it encapsulates what life is like in 2008, from everything to pop culture to politics. Being almost 12 years old, GTA 5 is starting to do that, but it seems that with the big evolution of GTA Online and the continuing progression and updating of that, and the fact that GTA 6 is on its way, GTA 4 tends to get overlooked most of the time when it comes to the conversation of the series. I'm glad I played this game, and playing it in 2005 was even more special, seeing all the technology, all the different stuff we used back then. I have a bad habit where video games, as much as I love them, tend to get really old for me. Sometimes a game that I played 10 years ago might not be a game I want to play in 2025, but something like GTA 4 makes you want to revisit it because of how well it depicts our culture in 2008. It's like riding a time machine. Other games have a way of taking us back to a different time in our lives, maybe even a simpler one. But GTA 4 visually takes us back to a time that we all collectively experienced. And with that, and its darker tone and its innovations, I think that GTA 5 tends to go overlooked. I think it might just be A little underrated. And that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm not going to yap too long because this video is already way too long. This is going to take me a century to edit. We're really getting Spencer G's GTA 4 video before GTA 6. That's kind of wild. Don't make fun of my uploading schedule because, I mean, look, I'm one man. I'm just one guy and I'm tired all the time. I'm like John Wick. I'm a lone wolf. And also my dog died. Remember to like and subscribe because that actually helps the video get viewed and it helps my channel. And if you want to help my channel, that would be really appreciated. Press the bell to get notified because, you know, you want to know when a new Spencer.G video drops. I'm about to sneeze. And remember, as always, to stay safe, stay healthy, and stay sexy, okay? Bye.
Reach this fuck, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. Reach this fuck, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. I got pieces, lumps in my bowl. Dominate, cruise control.